Hey, hey y'all, hey, welcome to the chat. Okay, when I do my walk in the morning, I fight with the camera. When I do my chat, I see it's the same thing. I'm sure this camera angle got some issues to it, but I don't know what to tell you. Wow, hey y'all. Ooh, my hands are dry. I remember when we used to look at when we watched the TS and she'd pull out this tube and start dry, moisturizing her hands. And she could do it then because, like now, because she has Mo. You know, she has Mo. But back in the day when she was handling all the cameras, yeah, I mean, a smudge can, you know. But hey, y'all, come on through. Come on through. I'm ready to talk about 7 nominations. And when I went and read the article, I couldn't put, I wanted to put Zola, the film Maddie is in, is nominated, but I had just recently finished reading the YouTube guidelines. Let me turn this speaker off. And the guideline says using celebrities, and she's an icon. She's an icon. My Martin could have been an icon too. So using celebrities' names in your titles to get people to watch your chat, live show, whatever, is frowned upon. I think it says if you do talk about them, like I'm going to talk about the 7 nominees, and if I had put T.S. Madison, I would put T.S. Madison, and I would just say everything that I said now. But they said that that's according to if they agree with it. So say if I put T.S. Madison was in a movie that is nominated for 7 Spirit Awards. Okay, let me stop right now. I have 2 dogs, and we're dog sitting. So there's going to come a time that we're going to have to let the dogs bark, and I'll stop. Okay. That's what I wanted to put on it. I wanted to put it all over everything. Because, honey, being around winners make you a winner too. Don't fool yourself. They win the gold, you win the gold too, honey. When Maddie in the morning, when she announced that, of course, he gonna start making noise. He got to talk to the dog. So since Maddie and we have the baby, and then we have the older dog. But I wanted to scream. When she said that Zola had been nominated for those words, I said, tears started leaking down my eyes. I just started clapping. I was like, yes, 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 yes. Martin would have been so happy. Martin would have been right there, honey. And okay, I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. I am all over the place. So let me just slow down. This is what I use to talk about my Martin. Martin was a transgender woman, but this was back. I met Martin like 82, 83, and it wasn't. See how she is. They're gonna bark now because I'm live. Of course, everybody was silent before I went live. So anyway, so I'd have to take a break and put the music on and go put her in a muzzle to stop her from making that noise. I'd have to muzzle her if she keeps that noise up. So um, I was just came from college, Knoxville College. Well, maybe 2 3 years ago. I lived in South Carolina 5 years, and here I am in the middle of Bed-Stuyvesant, um, a single, separated from my husband with a child. And I was home because babysitting, finding babysitters. Like I would take my daughter to a babysitter that wouldn't wake up. You can't leave them there and go to work and stuff like that. Way better now. Way better now. So there's times I found myself unemployed. And then I would take my daughter out and spend time with her. And that's when Martin would see me. And I'm a plain Jane. That's why I do this great, because this is how I pictured Martin must have saw me, as a canvas. And Martin was in the process of transitioning. But as Maddie has said many times, and many uh, um, trans women will tell you, you couldn't just walk in and get a job. Trust me, Miss Cappy that worked at John Wanamaker, she knew. She knew she was aced in, but she was in that fashion world. Well, Miss Cappy hired me because she knew I didn't have no problem with nobody. Now, why I got a muzzle dog? I'm going to have to leave y'all and go get her and muzzle her. Every time I say muzzle, she get quiet. Sorry, y'all. So, so Martin was in the throes of transition. And then with the AIDS virus, and like I said, they couldn't get jobs. So a lot of it was sex work, and that's what he had to do. You know, he was into his blockers. I from looking at jazz, Martin used to tell me all these things, but my whole life was almost falling apart. But I heard them. I heard them. And then from hearing them, I'm listening, jazz is talking, they talk about, and I'm like, wow. Martin was talking about that. That's what he meant by, he was just my good girlfriend, and we did makeup. Like I tell you, I wound up getting a job at Robert Fion's beauty school, which helped a lot, and so we could share makeup tips and stuff like that, because I was just a plain Jane. And then I met Martin, and he started me with the makeup and the glamours, and you would look so pretty. No one ever told me I would look so pretty at nothing. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. It is that you use this lipstick here, and you use this here, and you use this here, and you use this here. You know? You use it this way, and you put here, and it does this. I mean, he knew all that stuff. And he told me I was beautiful. So let me get to the reason for the headline, honey. Okay. I had it all ready. All you're supposed to do is come up in the article. Okay. But I want to give it my full attention. So I have someone coming through. Because we're dog sitting. So it could be a little dog barking, one dog coming in. The little dog with dog sitting. Come in. Okay. Hold on a minute. See, right in the middle of my big announcement. Right in the middle of my big announcement. This is a dog with dog sitting. So when you hear noise and stuff like that, it's him. I'm going to put him out now. You gotta roll with the punches, y'all. Sorry about that. So then I read here in USA News, right? And it says the Film Independent Spirit Award, Hollywood's leading indie film honors, stayed true to its name this year, bestowing a leading. People just can't drive and park their cars without playing music. I thought this was a pretty quiet time, but apparently I'm wrong. In my head, I everything matter say how much I know, or whatever that lady says. Healing hands, healing hands. All right. Let me start again. But you see, he can't get enough camera time. Say something to the people. Say something. Say like you shouldn't be here. And this is one of the dogs we're sitting for. So here we go. Maybe 4:30 isn't the best time. Healing hands. All right, let me start again. Because I was so excited. Here we go. This is by Lindsay Barr, AP film writer. The Film Independent Spirit Award, Hollywood's leading indie film honors, stayed true to its name this year, bestowing a leading 7 nominees on Jessica, Janicza. I don't want to disrespect anybody. Bravo's Wild Road Trip Saga, Zola, including Best Film, Best Director, Best Female Lead for Taylor Page, The Novice, a sports drama and psychological theater thriller from first-time filmmaker Lauren Hathaway. Okay, followed with 5. We don't care about The Novice. All we care about is Zola. 7 nods. The Indie Film Independent Spirit Award, Hollywood's leading indie film honors, stayed true to its name this year, bestowing a leading 7 nominations to Zola, They call it a wild road trip saga. Ooh, congratulations, TS. Congratulations. Congratulations, girl. You heading for the moon. Just step on the stars on your way up, honey. Ha ha. There's your staircase. Yes, indeed. I was so proud. I was so proud when she said that. I'm telling you. I am telling you it was exciting because I don't know if I hadn't had that relationship with Martin, I wouldn't know how horrible it was out here for all of us. But especially TS women. And trust me, it's a woman inside of you that wants to be a woman on the outside of you, especially living in this society. Okay? There's times that being a brown person in this country would make you want to strip all your skin off. So horrible. It probably, okay. They say it's better. But. So if you were being that woman on the outside that you're on the inside, that's a woman inside because she's the only, that's bold. That's a bad bitch, okay? So when she announced that 7 nods, a YouTube queen, y'all. Yes. That means we all can do it. Hope and encouragement. Hope and encouragement. But you gotta leave that negative realm. You gotta leave that crab in the barrel. You gotta step out that crab in the barrel. And once you get out of that crab in the barrel, then the sky's the limit. Everybody pecking for the same loaf of bread. You gotta open up. You gotta spread your wings. You gotta fly. Yes. And I remember, I'm telling you, I don't go back to all the the MySpace days and stuff like that. I don't go back there. But I go, see the dogs sitting here, the dogs. I go to the YouTube Queen's Court. And that's where. And then from there I started backtracking to spilling the tea and catching her in the middle of the night. She said, "You hoes up?" He said, "Yeah, I'm up. I got some tea." Oh yeah, yeah, yep. And I remember her. I remember her. I remember that whole Monique thing. That I mean, looking at it now, it worked out to be good. But then it broke tears. I remember her crying. I remember the whole crying scene. I just remember, and then the attacks on her afterwards. I remember all that. And Team TS was so much kinder, so much nicer, so much more loving than that other side. I make them folks' name, they be suing each other. Though, after my first live, where I mentioned the Queen's Court, I get a bing on YouTube and gag order pops up. And she said, "I'm back, I'm back." I was like, "Oh man, I just talked about you." No, I didn't just talk about, just mention your name. Ooh, child. So I remember that. So when she said 7 nominations, she was working around folks who get the nod. You know what I'm saying? Folks that get the nod. She was working around that. They was who she was studying with and did the round table with and all that, you know. It was that little girl from YouTube. A little TS from YouTube. Little TS girl. And now a Spirit Award. Yes, a nod. So now there's nothing else but more movies to come to. She thinks she wants to do um like a Johnny Carson or Wendy Williams, but that's restricted. That's restricted. You got a few more years out there before you can roll and bounce back over on that. Girl, grab them movies. Grab them movie roles. Grab them roles, honey. Child. Then that'll lead you into them sitcoms. Ain't nothing wrong with bringing home 15,000, 20,000, but you probably make more from YouTube. You probably make more from YouTube. But you'll be out there and they'll know you. So I'm very proud. Again, 7 nods for Zola. Well done. Well done. Well done, honey. Well done. Goal is next to goal, honey. When they go mining, gold be next to gold. Diamond be next to diamond. 7 nods. You get 7 nods too. So proud. So proud. So proud. So proud. See, I knew my Martin would have something. And then while I'm looking at T.S. Maddie in the morning, don't get mad, Maddie. We say Maddie in the morning, in the afternoon, because on the East Coast, sometimes you get there a half hour before 12, but on the East Coast, a lot of times it's around the afternoon because I'm finding it harder and harder to catch you. So that's what it is. I mean, it's always been like that. But I guess my life is such now that that time is like, anyway, anywho, since it's on YouTube, I look at it when I want to, which is usually in the evening. um, so I was at that. I looked at those. Listen, I looked at those breastises, and I'm gonna tell you something. My Martin would have had them breastises. Okay, he would have. He was so smart. He'd have found a way to get them. If he'd have been alive, if they'd have let him live, and that old HIV and AIDS didn't cut him down before he even before he got past his blockers. He ain't have a chance. He ain't have a chance. Not at all. Didn't give him a chance. Nope. My Martin. Oh, I see. Martin never got a chance to really transition. So, like I told you, our relationship where I can call him she sometimes, and then sometimes she had to call him he, and you know. And the other day I was on TikTok at TikTok Live, and there was this trans woman that okay, the only person I have ever heard say "step your pussy up" is T.S. Madison. She was warning the girls, what I remember the conversation. She was warning the girls about taking care of themselves, not going out in them streets looking all kind of crazy. But she talking about now, because back then when we didn't have Martin didn't have all that stuff. He didn't have all that stuff. If it was now, he would have all that stuff. But back then, he didn't have all that stuff. It wasn't easy. Just enough to get a blocker so he didn't have to shave was enough for him. He was going to work on it, but it all takes money. And the work he had to do to get the money was dangerous. Every time T.S. tells a story about her life back then, it hits me to my heart because I remember Martin. And I would just sit there. I was just such a, I mean, he wasn't too much older than me, but he had lived. So when she tell those stories, they're familiar to me. And then I had buried Martin so deep inside because that's sometimes what we women have to do when we support the LGBTQ. Sometimes we have to. I've forgotten about it. I was in my early 20s. Me and Martin's thing came between 23 and maybe 26. I'm old, so, you know. So back at that time, it was different. You couldn't get all the stuff you got now. And a lot of stuff you had to get through the black market. Okay, we didn't have computers where you could send to Mexico and all that, Canada and blah, blah. No. You jump on a plane and go and get all your stuff taken care of, and and the Filipinos in the Philippines. We didn't have that in the 80s. So when I saw this week, a beautiful, I can't even think the color of the dress. But every time I see them boobies, I know Martin. In my heart, I was like, Martin would have loved to have those. I could see it. You gotta, just the way Martin held himself. And I know I go back with gender pronouns and stuff, but that's the way it was. One moment it was okay, watch me girls, and then the next, he was a boy or man. So I guess on the days that he was really beat down real bad, you know. But I was looking at Maddie in the morning, honey, and I saw them boobies. I was like, ooh, I see Martin all over that. Because when we used to stuff Martin's bras, and sometimes he would be running out of toilet paper, and I'd be running out of toilet paper too. I don't know how he did it. I was like, Martin, if someone touches your breast and hear these newspapers underneath your bra, those were those desperate times when we didn't have toilet paper. I mean, it was rough. I was a single mom, and he was living with his mom doing what he did. Oh, I want to tell y'all something about Martin. Martin said, and his mother lived maybe across the street, 5 or 6 brownstones down. They owned their brownstone. That was the area where African Americans bought up. Hancock Street and Bed-Stuy, man, they bought up all up and down. That's the area where the doctor was down the street from you until they started robbing the doctor's office and taking his medication and stuff, and then he had to move. But Martin's mother lived like 5 houses to the left of me. So I could always see him going upstairs to his house and coming downstairs from his house, from sitting on the stoop. Stoops. We have stoops in Brooklyn. So Martin's brother, Martin had old brothers. Martin said his mother didn't have him until she was 50. It was an accident, to be sure. To be sure. So maybe that's why he had like that horse face and that tight body like Sarah Jessica Parker. They're shaped the same way. But when I saw T.S.'s Babumbo, Martin would have taken T.S.'s boobies, and put them on Sarah Jessica Parker and would have danced them babies out. I remember one time. See, I let Martin do it because I knew Martin was a woman. I don't know where I was going, but my boobies wasn't sitting right in my bra. So Martin said, "Vicky, come here." It's like, what? What are you talking about? I gotta get out of here. And without a thought, he just reached down, reached to my bra, manipulated my boobies, moved them around, patted the bra, wiggled it, and said, "Okay." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." And then after that, he would do it anytime he wanted. It didn't bother me. I didn't think anything of it. He was just manipulating my breasts so they would look much nicer. And as y'all see in some of my things, the boobies do come over. But see, now they barking at everything. They're upset, right? And because they're cousins, the little black dog is the one with dog sitting, and they're all cousins. We call them cousins, and when cousins get together, that's what they do. So forgive my background noises. I'm doing a podcast, and I'm sitting here wondering, can I call chess coach in the middle of the night and say, "It's okay for us to record now"? Anyway, yeah, Maddie looked gorgeous. Those babungas look really nice, and I knew that Martin would love it. Hello, great rising, my favorite job. Thank you. Oh, yes, get a chair. I cannot pronounce your name. I'm sorry. I can't pronounce the name. Thank you for the comment, though. So that's the way it was with me and him. And I've never had a man do that before. Usually men come, they just want to, they don't ever say, "You know what, lift it or move it. Oh, it's much, nice shapelier in this bra if you would." They never did that. Martin would do that. And he was saying, maybe shouldn't get the, because back in the days, men made the bras, so everything was pointy. He was like, "Why are they so pointy?" I said, "Listen, don't be talking about my breasts." That's the way the bras were. They were pointy bras. He said, "You so pointy." You pressing them in. I never thought of it as being anything sexual. That was my girl. So I knew Martin would have had T.S. Madison breastises. And on that Sarah Jessica Parker body, that tight, not long leg, more long body, would look awesome. And then she had this wig that was given everything. Oh, so pretty. I don't know those things. I imagine my head, me and Mark sitting down together, and I was like, and I hear T.S. when she says these wigs and what she does, and I imagine Martin saying, "Yeah, Vicky, see, that's a, and I'm like, I don't know nothing about that, Martin. I don't know anything about that. I never knew anything about that." You did. You dressed me for a while. You did the makeup and you encouraged me with makeup. Then my friend Annie came and she dressed me. When I worked, I gave her money and she dressed me. And now it's to my daughter and we're very casual. I'm not, this is it. When I order from Amazon, I say, okay, 4 sweaters, same color. 3 sweaters, same color. Pants, same color. Excuse me. It was Martin who would say, Vicky, give yourself some color, okay? You know? And when I used to do my makeup, he used to, the eyebrows and stuff. Oh, wow. Every time I see TS. So of course I'm sitting there, with the nods for the Spirit Award, Film Independent Spirit Award. That girl she up on the east side already. She making George Jefferson moves. Oh, Cardi B moves, making them money moves. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Because you're keeping it positive, and that's how you grow. That's how you grow. You can't be with them crab in the barrel, honey. They pull you down. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. So, okay. 40. Okay. I got to close in a bit because it just got a little quiet. I don't know how I'm going to do this podcast. They said in the editing, you got to take out the noises and different things like that. And there's a thing called True Crime Brewery, and she always says, come down on the quiet end. A lot of them go to different restaurants or areas like that where it's really quiet, but I don't do that. Anyway, so then TS did a thing. Let me see if I can find the name of the show. Because she giving us. Let me tell you something about TS Medicine. She gives us. Okay? I am not in the position where I can give financially back to her as I would. That's why I was like, I gotta give my sis some props somewhere. I'm running around on these tubes, and if it was something horrible that she did, they'd be talking about it like it was no tomorrow. You would see TS on every show, because they can jump on and slam her and slick her down and jump up and down on her. But something wonderful has happened. Something wonderful has happened. And they ain't saying nothing. Probably like me, like I said, I just read the YouTube guidelines, stuff like that. And I want to say, TS, you're awesome. TS, you're the TS Madison, you're the bomb. TS Madison, keep climbing higher, higher. Every round go higher, higher. But I may get in trouble for saying that because, they say like I'm clout chasing, something like that. But that's what I wanted to put. I wanted to put 7 nods. Can you believe it? 7 nods. That's something. That is something. That's something. But let me find, because I got to tell you something. She put up another video for us, letting the girls hold it. Don't test my blackness. And that was done on Instagram first. And then it came over here to YouTube. Let me tell you something. Things that I was in my 20s, my thing with my relationship. I'm 64, so we're talking almost 40 years ago. But your brain goes back, and that's why it's good to have clean, good sheets, because your brain goes back. And just certain things come together from looking at T.S. Madison, from looking at the show, you know, just things. And then I'm wondering, why do I know this? Why do I feel this? Why do I feel? And then I'm, oh my God, my time with Martin, time with Martin. And Martin was a transgender woman and that was in transition. And so then I put it all together. So I remember when Craig came to the Queen's Court. He was selling some books, and he paid his dues, whatever money he had to pay for his advertisement. And I remember him coming up. They weren't in the basement yet. They were in the dining room. I remember him coming behind them in the dining room talking about his book. Then, after the breakup, and T.S. went on her own with the Queen's Supreme Court, he had more duties. I think he was doing the programming, he was doing different things like that. And I got to tell you, as an author, that brother have it. I mean, you have it. You do your books to represent the people's, honey. Put it out there, because if you don't put it out there, nobody else will. So I give you that. I give you that, Greg. I give you that. Keep on writing. He got a cookbook out now and everything, child. Craig the writer. Anywho, I don't. I always felt that he was jealous of T.S. Madison. I'm gonna tell you why. Because of Martin. I didn't know. I kept saying, when I looked at T.S. Madison and Craig interact, I always felt a little like he wished he had it. You know what I'm saying? That envy, 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 envy. Sometimes I see it with Chi Chi too. And I'm like, girl, I say to myself, what is wrong with you? You don't even know these peoples. What are you talking about, envy? Just a little time. And then as Martin started coming more into the forefront, I realized that that's what Martin used to say about the gay boys. Remember when I tell you when Martin used to come flying around the corner, and sometimes I would say, hey, Martin, over here. He would fly to the gates. It was the gay boys. Didn't nobody else care. Everybody knew Martin. He'd come out his culotte, his little short, his makeup on, his James Brown tuck, the permanent tuck, his lipstick, his shirt tied up sometime with his toilet paper stuff on. And his heels, and we know he be coming down the street, and he is going to be working it, honey. If he got on that little Catholic schoolgirl skirt, that skirt be going like this. But it was when he would wear stuff like that he got chased home the most, and he said it was the gay boys. So even when I listen to T.S. Madison and she talks about like a lot of the attacks on the transgender girls, gay boy ain't too far. So that's how I feel. So I watch Craig and Gigi get their YouTube channels going, because I would go over there and watch. I mean, they're all part of the TS thing, but I didn't stay over there too long because I got along with gay boys. I mentored and helped a lot of gay boys. But if you ask me, other than their mamas, it's the gay boys that hate women. Just want to put it out there. It's that envy thing again. It's that envy thing. See, to me, transgender women aren't envious because they getting it. They already know they're a woman on the inside. They know it. There's nothing to be envious about. Excuse me. But gay boys, gay boys, envious. They want to look the best. They want to dress the best. They want to have the best. But not often they don't want to work for the best. They want what you will have, and it just for me, just my experience. I'm not beating up and bruising nobody. That's my experience because I was with Martin. They didn't like him. When he went down to the village, he hung out with the girls, the trans girls, who was going through the same thing he was going through, trying to get hormone money for hormones, or shots in the butt, and all kind of stuff like that. That's who he hung out with. He didn't hang out with the gay boys. They didn't like him because he was feeling like a woman inside, and I don't know, gay boys just like having sex with men. And to them, women are competition for what they want, which is sex with men. That's not transgender women. That's not. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. Every transgender woman I see, and let me tell you something about that hope. Let me tell you something about that hope, honey. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay. And when we had the Queen Supreme Court, Maddie was bringing through some, transgender women. That was just transgender women, not drag queens. Transgender women. And when they came on the T.S. Madison show, they stepped their pussy up, as any woman would do when going on any show. So that letting the girls hold it. By the time I saw it was premiering on YouTube, I came in on the part where she was talking to Craig, and I cringed. Of course, T.S. gonna have, but he's an author, and he's writing about the community, especially as far as African American, though it's nonfiction. So you give him a certain amount of respect. But I noticed with him and the Chichi that once they were able to get those numbers up in their own private YouTube world, and the checks start coming in because they would run back over to T.S. Madison, and then they would, go back to their YouTube. And then when they got low on their YouTube rating or whatever, they come back over to T.S. Madison and regroup. Go back there, and the likes and views and clicks and stuff are up. And I mean, that's how the gay boys are, but not transgender women. So I love it when Hope and TS get together. I love it when, trying to think of other, when she bring on other just transgender women as her guests. I would follow them. I would go and follow their page, but I got so many people I'm following. She's a woman all the time. And the gay boys don't like that because basically she's a woman and they don't like that because they're going after the same thing. They want the menses. We want the menses. No, not me. I want me a transgender woman. 60, excuse me, starting at 67 to 70 something because I want him and to be transitioning because he is, even though he's old, he's new again. And I want that new. I want that new to go shopping with and do makeup with and buy shoes with. And the whole is it. No, no, no. Let that woman out. Bring that woman out. That woman is beautiful. That's what I want. But the gay boys, they don't like the transgender women because they go after the boys. So sometimes I see Craig, and to me, like I said, respect and honor because he's an author and he writes about the community. And we need them out there. We do. We need representation. So as far as that's concerned, but I'm just saying. So when I was looking at that video with Craig, it was a little off-putting. But like I said, he do have a cookbook out. So I'm talking about it, But here's what got me during that broadcast. It's Christmas time. So I just wanted to put it Christmas time first. So TS is filming on her Instagram and she's talking to Craig. And Miss Mary says something. And this has been happening over the years. It's been happening over the years. I didn't have a live to talk about it. So, I've been watching it play out for years. It's the holidays, TS. Your mother, that cult y'all in, that cult that y'all is in, it says that the holidays is for family. And it doesn't matter if you just recovered from from getting the coronavirus, that y'all thought y'all was at death's door and y'all got all the shots and everything that you need. It's the holidays and she wants to go home to her grandbabies in Florida, her sons in Florida, her daughter-in-law or laws in Florida. She missed her family. So I don't think she meant to get into your life as far as not giving you any peace. It was her way of saying, I want to go home. I want to go home. She wants to go home. But to me, that's the worst place because that's where y'all got when y'all went to Florida. After, did you come back from filming Sola? Or was something else you were doing? And y'all came through and stopped there and there it is. There it is. There you have it. Oh, I think y'all had finished doing the T.S. Madison experience. Yes, I want to put out on the ethers T.S. Madison experience season 2, please, because you didn't give us enough. You didn't give us enough. We want more because there's a lot more. And I see those shows, empty shows with them Caucasian baby breeders go. That's all they're doing is rabbit breeding and all over. Or for years, the rabbit breeders. What do you do? We breed. Oh, that's a wonderful show. Well, she lives, and she's a transgender woman. That's a wonderful show. That's an exciting show. So the T.S. Madison experience should come back on. I want season 2. I want to see more Maddie. So anyway, getting back. Oh gosh, I have to get off. It's been an hour already. So Miss Mary want to go home because that's what you call teacher. So she is lonely. So even though you're there, once you started talking or once you go on your live, you have company, but she does not. So she companies with you. Your company is her company now. Please be tender. Please be more gentle. Please be more patient. Be kind and loving. Please. I live with my daughter, and she's about your same age, T.S. And sometimes I do the same Miss Mary moves. And when she come at me like you come at Miss Mary, that shit hurts. It hurts. Cuts deep. It cuts deep. She just want to be home with her family for holidays. Can't you say, okay, mama, I know you're lonely. Just pull up the chair. Come on, Craig. Come on, Craig. Come on, Craig. It's gonna be Miss Mary, me and you. It's the holidays. I didn't say anything about apologize. I saw in all the comments. Oh, you should apologize. Oh, you should apologize. No, I'm not saying apologize. Just be considerate. It's the holidays. Holidays are called. I was in the cult for a long time. Holidays are called inclusion, inclusive, family. She's not there. It's you and her in the house, and you on the phone, and you on the phone with Greg. Well, she want to get on the phone too. Hello. Hey, Gladys. How you doing? Hey, Sharon. Hey, Zintel. Thanks for coming through. So I thought she should be a little kinder to Miss Mary and just say, you know what? Hold on a minute, Craig. My mama going to be on my live because she's lonely. And anytime TS get lonely, she just pick up the phone and start talking. And she thinks that her mama could do the same thing. Miss Mary could do something. No, Miss Mary does it with you. I've gone to Miss Mary's page. I've never seen her just sitting there talking to the camera like me. What do they call that? I can't think of the word right now. But it's the holidays and she's lonely. So just include her. Just include her. Don't be so mean. So between Craig and you going after Miss Mary, I couldn't look at that whole thing. I did do some comments, which Poet Justice kept running around telling us, it's a pre-recording. Like, we know it's a pre-recording. We're just talking about it anyway. We're just chatting. And like I said, people in chat were saying, apologize. And I was like, it has nothing to do with apologies. Just be more considerate. She's lonely. Come on, Craig, let's talk. Craig got his own mother that was in the kitchen by herself. He could have included his mother. Y'all could have picked a topic. Let them talk for a little while, and then they went off about their business. It's the holidays. People want to be included. I'm thinking about coming up on Christmas just for the fact that the people who just want somebody to talk to and listen to. Include her. Include her. Include her. Include Miss Mary, please. You ain't got to do it for long. So the tribe is coming down. They done gave me an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and try to wrap this up. Because after a while, y'all ain't going to be able to hear me anyway. But I want to come through on the times. So the next time I'm up will be Sunday. Hold on. Let me see if this catches.
Power on. Bluetooth ready to pair.
Bluetooth ready to pair.
Bluetooth connected.
Okay. That was smooth. Ooh, boy, am I smooth. Hey, y'all, thanks for coming through. But, oh, isn't it wonderful? 7 knots. Yeah. Allegra gonna get busy. No, Allegra has been busy. She gonna be busy, honey. Yeah, book TS, put it in your movies. Put it in your movies. Queen YouTuber. Well, okay, that's it for me. I'll see you Sunday at 4:30. Thanks for coming through. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for your likes. Thanks for subscribing. And tomorrow, I'll see you before 9 on my walk, the Great Rise and Walk. And for our chat, I'll see you on Sunday. Thanks for coming through. See ya.